Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of Fast Break Bets presented by BettingPros. You know me, you know the voice, know the guys. Me, really real, villain real, Terrell from Junior here at your service. Oh, oh man. I mean, another profitable day. I appreciate it. I definitely do appreciate it. It could have been a 3-0 day in terms of the pod. And well, we did have college basketball play, so it wouldn't have been 3-0. But I could have swept the pod. That was very, very well into the realm of possibility. Very, very well. We had the Bucks lane 2, and that was just hey, what I tell you, move your hand. Move your hand. Move your hand. That's what they did to the Kings. Move your hand. Handle business. Handle business. Straight belt to behind the Milwaukee Bucks completely, like absolutely completely, start to finish. I mean, it looks like a 15-point game at the end, and that's because the Kings kind of made a surge in that second half. From opening tip, it was like 47 points in the first quarter. It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. The Bucks got that done. Lane 2 was just the short numbers. Kings, hey, that's what happens. They get above 500, and then they had that letdown spot against the Bucks team that's been playing some pretty decent basketball, looking to bounce back from a Knicks game. That was a perfect read there. Very, very happy on the Bucks game. Wish I put more on it because Michael Porter Jr., I felt like, again, was a really good read. And part of it was that, hey, he was going to play more minutes. Well, he didn't end up playing minutes because Jamal Murray went absolutely nuclear and they destroyed the Mavs, and he sat majority of the fourth quarter. So 3 points away from cashing that. He finishes with 13. It is what it is. We don't get Mike Porter Jr. Social media play of Devin Booker over 26.5 cashes. That was a very, very good play. I tell y'all, that's why you got to be subscribed to us on YouTube. You got to be following us on our social media accounts so you can get that extra play in there. Devin Booker, that brought us 2-1 in the association. So I had a college Tuesdays are college basketball for social media. So I dropped 2 college basketball plays on social media. I had Mississippi State and Auburn under 50.5. Not only did Auburn make everything, and I mean some of the shots that Pettiford was making in that game was absolutely insane. Like absolutely insane. He came off the bench absolutely cooking for uh this Auburn team, and they it was just really nothing they could do. They shot 55% from the field. Like everything was going in, and Auburn really pulled that over. Mississippi State did their part by not having any offense, but they didn't have the defense that they normally did. So a play that was 4-0 in that situation before that moment goes over, and it only goes over by like 4 points. Like that was annoying. That easily could have went under. It was a couple of things that didn't go our way, but then for the second play, it's still going on right now, so I don't officially have the final update. I started the show a little bit earlier tonight, but I did have Iowa and USC going off over there on the West Coast. I had USC laying 2.5. USC is currently up 81-72. So we'll see how that goes. If USC comes through, then officially through college basketball and NBA, it was a profitable day. If it doesn't, that means it was a wash. But for the most part, in terms of NBA, if you're only backing the NBA plays here, 2-1, very good day there. If you're not backing these plays and you're fading these plays, you went 1-2, and that sucks. All right, let's get into 2 NBA plays for a Wednesday. Before I gotta do that, though, gotta remind you all to get into that Discord, bettingpros.com/chat. To get into that Discord, you can have all the discussion with everybody in the Betting Pros community, from analysts, from other listeners, all of that over there in the Betting Pros app. We're all in there. You can hop in there and talk about whatever sport you're interested in. If maybe you're interested in a different sport other than basketball, we have channels for all of that for everybody to just throw out ideas, drop slips, parlays, bets, all of that, but best bets, all of that. So go over there, do that in the Betting Pros app. Join that community. Come on, it's like so many opportunity. You can get some of the live shows that Matt does in there. I'll be doing some of those as well over there in the Betting Pros Discord as well. So go join that Discord, bettingpros.com/chat. All right. I might sound like a broken record here, people. You might be tired of hearing it, but I be waiting all season to do this, and I mean the season's here. The Memphis Grizzlies are going on the road to go play the San Antonio Spurs. Memphis is laying 2.5. I see here 239.5 is the total injury report, and we have it looks like Jeremy Sohan is a no go for the Spurs, and then Marcus Smart, pretty much the main player that's going to be missing the game for the Grizzlies here. Yeah, that's it. Just Marcus Smart for Cam Spencer doesn't really play. I mean, GG, you haven't talked about GG all year yet. All right, so with that, I like the Grizzlies again here, man. I do. I I think the Spurs are an okay team. They're a good team, not a great team. They'll probably make the play in or the playoffs. And I think that this Grizzlies team, at least what they've shown us since Ja Morant being back, is that yeah, the Rockets are just going to be a tough matchup for them. The Rockets are very good, sound defensively, very very structured on the offensive side of the basketball, and they just give this Grizzlies team problem. They've been really bad against the Rockets for the past couple of years, and with or without John in the lineup, so it really doesn't matter. I mean, they were up on the road at that point. I think double digits at one point. Ja and Jalen Green get into it, and then next thing you know, the Rockets are going on a run and end up winning the game, and Jalen Green drops a career high. So yeah, tough loss for them. But I think they bounce back here against the Spurs. Spurs coming off of a blowout win, really smelling themselves, beating the Lakers. And you guys know how I talk about the Lakers on this show. I think the Lakers are bad basketball. You can't bet them. And so I think they're smelling themselves a little bit. But they've had issues with this Grizzlies team. I mean, the only win they have is the last game. In April. That was the last game of the season. Nobody was playing for that Memphis Grizzlies team, and San Antonio goes out there and gets the win. But prior to that, really struggled. Lost the last four against them. They've covered some of the big numbers. They haven't been able to cover the smaller numbers. They haven't been able to cover when they was a favorite. Like one of these games, San Antonio was a 6.5 point favorite, and they lost that game outright by 2. So imagine, what's going on the Grizzlies side of the injury report for them to be a 6.5 point favorite. They did cover as 11.5 point dog against the Grizzlies, still lost. Did cover as a 9 point dog, still lost. Memphis covered as a 3.5 point favorite. So Memphis has been winning these games, not necessarily blowing them all the way out, but they've been winning them comfortably for me to see a line against 2.5 and think about how Memphis is able to score the ball and how the Spurs can be so stagnant on offense at times. Like their offensive rating is one of the bottom third of the league right now. And they just cannot get it going. And it seems like, yeah, Wemby can kind of pull them out of some offensive slumps and get some things going for them. But even as a guy who I tell you, Devin Vassell can do no wrong in my eyes at all, ever. Devin Vassell can never do any wrong. If he's missing shots, I think it's somebody else's fault on the team. But there are times where he's missing shots and things aren't going his way. And I'm not gonna lie, I could see that being one of these games against the Memphis Grizzlies here, where Grizzlies try to lock in a little bit more defensively. I'm very interested in seeing Jaren Jackson Jr. versus Wemby again. Wemby has had some good games against Jaren Jackson Jr. Jaren Jackson Jr. has had some great games against Wemby, and we know how we've seen Wemby over the course of the season. And I've talked about it. Jokic has had good games on him. Giannis has had good games on him. The premier bigs of the league have had good games on him. And I think he's going to be the primary defender for Jaren Jackson Jr. here. And Jaren Jackson Jr., maybe not considered one of the premier bigs of the league, but this is a guy that can still go establish himself in the post, get a bucket, be able to shoot on the outside a little bit. So I think Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be able to get going in this game. I know 12 is going to be able to get going. I think 12 is going to be really upset about how that last game went. I, I don't know, man. Memphis is a good team, and when I see Memphis and a spread, and I know I'm going to have Ja Morant, Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bain in the lineup, I more often feel really good about Memphis. And I mean, their ATS numbers don't lie; they cover the spread. And looking at this, you have Memphis 18-8-1 as a favorite this season, 12-7-1 on the road. They've covered 6 of their last 10 games. And then you have a Spurs team that's kind of lackluster. I mean, 12-12 ATS is a dog this season, 10-10 at home. Straight up, they're 8-16 as a dog. So not a lot of those times are they winning those games outright. Straight up, Memphis is 20-7 as a favorite. Again, short number here. I think this is basically saying, hey, can Memphis win the game? Yes, I think Memphis can win the game, even though it's on the road. I think they can win the game against the San Antonio Spurs. So I'm taking Memphis, and I'm going to lay 2.5. That's play number one. Play number two, we just played Jew the other day. We took his points and rebounds. I'm going to switch it up a little bit here. I'm going to take Julius Randle, but I'm going to back Julius Randle on the rebounds and assists with the thanks and the help of the prop bet cheat sheet over there in that Betting Pros app. Make sure you go get that. Julius Randle, while he's had some pretty solid games against the Warriors, he has not shot the ball all the best. So I kind of stayed away from the points in Julius Randle here, but Golden State, always typically an undersized team. Julius Randle, very, very active on the boards. I can see him going up there and getting rebounds. He's been really, really good on the boards. In the 3 meetings that they played this season, Julius Randle has had 9 rebounds, 11 rebounds, 7 rebounds. He's gone over this 11.5 rebounds and assist prop in all 3 games. He's been very, very good in terms of rebounding. He's been very good in terms of the assists. That's one of the underrated aspects of his game is how good of a passer, especially out of the post, that Julius Randle is, and getting the ball to his teammates, especially when he creates an opening or somebody brings a double to him. He struggled with that early with the Knicks. Like when he was first he had just won that what's the word? Most improved player. Did he? Yeah, that he just won most improved player. He started getting more double teams. He struggled with that at first. Now he's starting to become a really good passer out of the post, especially when they bring a double his way. And I wouldn't be surprised if Steve Kerr, started to throw a couple of doubles, either Ant-Man or Julius Randle way, and just making somebody else other than those two beat him. So yeah, I can definitely see this. This is a 5-star bet rating over there on the Betting Pros app and the prop bet cheat sheet. 67% cover probability, and they project him to go for 13.2 today. So I like Julius Randle to score over 11.5 rebounds and assists. That is play number 2 for a Wednesday. With that, that's all I got. At really real __ on X. Make sure you give me a follow. Also at Betting Pros on X and TikTok. You can get that social media play. Make sure you do that. And we also have at Betting Pros NFL, youtube.com/Betting Pros. If you like, if you comment, if you subscribe, you can do all of that and get a Trae Young signed jersey. So make sure you do that over there on our YouTube channel, bettingpros.com/YouTube, and comment on any fast break bets video. All right. With that, yeah, that's it. I really don't have anything else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end it like this. So we are out of here.